After nearly 3 decades of investigating the 1996 murder of rapper TUPAC Shakur, police announced that there's been a major development. On September 28th, authorities arrested Dwayne Keith Davis, who is believed to be the last living suspect investigated in Shakur's murder case. Davis, who goes by Keefy D, has previously acknowledged that he was in the car that did a drive-by shooting on Shakur nearly 30 years ago. But since then, there were only conspiracy theories as to who the shooter was. No charges have ever been filed in Shakur's murder case. On September 13, 1996, Shakur died after he was involved in a fatal drive-by shooting in Las Vegas. The rapper was gunned down on September 7, 1996, after he and Marion Suge Knight, the former CEO of Death Row Records, got into a fight with Davis. Officials said the fight led Anderson to plan revenge against Shakur, who was in town to watch the heavyweight between Mike Tyson and Bruce Sheldon. Once Shakur and his friends were spotted at the red light near East Flamingo Road and Covell Lane, a Cadillac then pulled up beside them with someone opening fire at the vehicle that Shakur was in. After suffering multiple gunshot wounds in the drive-by, Shakur was later pronounced dead on September 13th. Not only has Davis placed himself at the scene of the crime in interviews he did years ago, but Davis also talked about Shakur's murder in his 2019 memoir, Compton Street Legend, where he also referenced late rapper Biggie Smalls, who was also in a feud with Shakur at the time. In the book, Davis said there was $1 million bounty on the heads of Suge Knight and TUPAC Shakur, and that he had lived most of his life as a gangster, a real gangster that did all that real gangsters do. Davis says, "I'm one of the only living eyewitness to Tupac's killing, who also knows the much larger story around the reasons why both Tupac and Biggie were killed," he added. "I was considered a prime suspect in both the Biggie and Tupac killings for years. I know the real effing story. Them jumping on my nephew gave us the ultimate green light to do something," he said in his memoir. "Tupac chose the wrong game to play." These statements made by Davis in his memoir helped reopen the case. In July, Las Vegas police executed a search warrant at the home in Henderson, Nevada, connected to Davis. Then, on September 28th, authorities arrested Dwayne Keith Davis in connection to Tupac's murder. Lieutenant Jason Johansson told reporters that this was likely our last time to take a run at this case and successfully bring forth a criminal charge. Davis is currently being held without bail. It's unknown if Davis has acquired a criminal defense attorney. Authorities believe that Davis' motive in Shakur's death was tied directly to Knight's fight with Davis' nephew, Orlando Anderson. While the document doesn't say that Davis pulled the trigger, it argues that he had a hand in Shakur's murder by being a part of the group that conspired to kill the rapper. Dwayne Davis was the shot caller for this group of individuals that committed this crime. He orchestrated the plan that was carried out. Davis is due in court next week. Now, I don't know how true this is, but one thing we can agree on, this case has been open and very confusing for years now. Fans paid tribute at a memorial site for Tupac after hearing man was charged with the rapper's murder.
You know, he's forever missed in the industry, and it's glad to see that his murder was actually resolved and the police did their job, and I appreciate that, man. Long live Tupac.
A lot of people have an image about you. Mm-hmm. What would you like them to know about you in 1996, Tupac now?
That I'm a Gemini. It means that I'm quiet, I could be calm, quiet, and very into my work, and totally focused and totally disciplined, and boring. You know what I mean? Or I could be fun, but dangerous. Not only to other people, but to myself. Mm-hmm.